Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to IT First Solutions. In this video, we will perform CRUD operations on one of our table called expenses table using ASP.NET MVC5 Entity Framework and SQL Server. First of all, let's view that this is our dashboard of our web application, and we have performed CRUD operations on two modules. Let's say we have this products menu item over here, and if I click over here, we can view this data table. And if I wanna create new product, I can easily click on this one, and it will open a new form for products, and we can easily save our product. Same as we will create a new module called expenses, and we will create this expenses table using entity framework code first, and we will perform CRUD operations on this one. So let's get started. First thing I wanna do is to create my first model. So right click on models folder, add class, and I will call this class as expense. Add, and now I will create some of properties of this expense class. This expense class is representing a table in my SQL database. Because we are using code first, so I have to create class first, and then we will use migrations to store this expense table into our database. So I will create some properties like prop int id. Entity framework is a convention based, so any column with id of type integer will be considered as primary key auto increment field. Okay, so next I will create prop string, and I will name this as title. These are our columns of our expense table. So next I will create prop decimal for amount, and next I will create another column prop string paid by, and final column I will create as prop string and let's say description. Okay, I wanna also validate this model, so our client side and server side validation will work. We will use data annotations for this one. Let's say I wanna set this field as required, so I will write required, and let's bring the namespace. You can use control dot as a shortcut key, or you can click on this light bulb and import this one using system.component model.data annotations, and I will specify error message as title is required. Okay, and next I wanna also set maximum length for this as 50, and I will also specify error message for this one, maximum 50 characters or allowed. Okay, next I will also set minimum length as 3, and I will specify error message as minimum 3 characters or allowed. Okay, and next I wanna set this one as data type and data type dot currency. Okay, so this is the example of data annotations you can apply according to your requirements on the following fields. I wanna validate only to these two fields. Okay, our model is ready now. Next I will create a controller for this one. So right click on controller, add new controller, and MVC5 empty controller. Click on add, and I will rename this controller as expense controller. Okay, so before proceeding with this controller, we wanna register this class into our app context class, so that this class should create a table in our database. So open this one, app context, and I will create another db set of prop, db set of expense, and I will name this one expenses. This name represents a table in our database. Okay, so next I will go to tools, then NuGet package manager, and then package manager console, and I will write migration. Let's see this expenses table is exist in our database or not. This is our database, and if you look at this, we don't have any expenses table over here. So let's add migration. I will write add migration, and I will name this migration as adding expense entity. Add, hit enter, and this will generate this migration. It's a simple migration, create table called expenses, and if you look at this one ID column, it's a nullable and identity. Nullable is false, and you can also look at this. This is the primary key of our table. So if I click on update, if I write my command update database and hit enter, and look at this, applying explicit migration and then the name of our migration. So open up our database and right click on tables folder and click on refresh, and you can see this expenses table over here. Okay, so now it's time to perform something in our controller. So first thing I wanna create over here is create the variable for this app context so that we can access this expenses table. So I will create private models dot app context underscore context, and I will create a constructor, and I will initialize this one. Context is equal to new app context. Okay, and I will also override the dispose method, so our objects are automatically disposed, and I will rename this one context dot dispose. Simple as that. So I will remove default action result from here. So this is our controller. First action result I wanna create for displaying the list of our expenses. So I will write public action result, and I will rename this one as expense list. Okay, and simply I will return view. Before returning view, we will fetch all of our expenses records from expenses table from the database, and we will use this context clause for this purpose because we are using entity framework. So I will write var expenses equals to context dot expenses dot to list. Okay, and I will pass this expenses into this view. We don't have any view for this expenses list, so I will right click on this one view, and I will add view, MVC5 view, and this time I will use templates, and I will be using this one list because we want to display the list of our expenses, and I will also specify the models for this one. It's a expenses model. Okay, add, so this will automatically generate expenses list view for us. And if you start your application, we don't have any working menu over here, but we can easily navigate to expense, the name of our controller, and name of our action result. So look at this, this will bring this one table for us. So next I will add menu over here so that we can easily navigate to this one rather than typing over here. So this is our admin template where we are writing code menus. So go to admin template, and this is the list item we are using for this purpose. So copy this one and paste it over here, and I will rename this one as expenses, and I will write as URL action, and this time I wanna go to expense list, and the name of our controller is expense. Okay, and over here I will specify expense info, and next I will specify the name of our controller expense. Simple as that. But we don't have any view for this expense info. Now we will create the view for expense info. I will create another action result, public action result expense info, and I will simply return view. Okay, now I will right click on this view and add view, MVC5 view, and I will select this time as a create template, because we wanna display a form for entering the value of expense, and I will specify the model as expense. Add scaffolding mechanism will automatically create a form for us. You can see this form. So if we start now, look at this, this will create this form for us. And if you click on this one as view products, we should change this text as well, but make sure it is working or not. It's perfectly working. So go to admin layout, and I will change this one as add expense, and over here I will change this one as view expenses. Okay, so if you refresh now, look at this add expense and view expense. I will change a little bit view of this form, this view. Go to expense list, and I don't need, I will change this add space over here, and I will remove this one. We don't need any link for details, we will only need these two links. Okay, perfect. Next I will add some classes over here, table, and then table dash bordered, and then table dash stripped. These are the bootstrap classes, and I will also modify this action result as create new, and it will hit expense info link. Refresh, back to list. We don't have any, this link is not working. If we click on this one, look at this, we are navigating over here. And also I will remove this expense from the list view, info view, expense info, and remove this one, and I will write as expense information. Okay, if we refresh this one, look at this, we have expense information. Okay, next thing is to work on this create button. So I will write action result over here. We don't have any action result for this one for storing our expenses, so I will create another action result, public action result. I will write expense, save expense, and then I will specify my expense model over here, control dot, and bring the namespace expense. I will use this save expenses action result for both adding or updating process. So first of all I will check validation. If model state dot is valid, and I will change this one. If not, if this model state is not valid, then return view, and I will specify this view, and I will also return the current state of model. Okay, so otherwise simply return view, and let's make sure our validation is working or not. Click on create. Look at this, title is required, the amount field is required. Our validation is working perfectly. Next I will specify next. Okay, so our validation is working now. Next I will check if expense.id equals to 0. If the current ID of this model is 0, then it means that we are adding this expense. So I will write context.expenses.add, and I will specify this expense over here. Okay, else if its ID contains some value, so it means that we wanna update this expense. So first of all I will check expense from db is equal to underscore context dot expenses dot first or default, and I will specify lambda expression over here as e goes to e dot id equals to expense dot id. Okay, so I will check if expense from db is equals to null, then I will return http not found. Okay, otherwise I will simply write expense from db dot. You can use automapper for mapping these values, but it's best practice to write code manually rather than depending on the third-party tools. So I will write expense dot title, then expense from db dot paid by is equal to expense dot paid by, then expense from db dot amount equals to expense dot amount, and final expense from db dot description equals to expense dot description. Okay, so I will write underscore so remove this one, so this one and this one, and I will simply write underscore context dot save changes. Okay, and then after saving the changes for this one I will simply return the list. So I will write return redirect to action. I will return to that action which displays the list of expenses. So this one as expense list. Okay, but we don't have any ID column in our create view because I wanna use this view. So below this one I will create a hidden field for our ID. So I will use add html dot hidden for, and then m goes to m dot id. Okay, and also I wanna change this one as btn primary and this one as save expenses. Okay, so if you refresh this page right now, start your application again, so click on this one, save expenses. Look at this, validation is perfectly working, like monthly internet bill, and I will write amount as 5,000 and paid by Rauf Yassin, and then description, this is monthly internet bill. Okay, click on this one, save expenses. But our model is currently not valid because we don't specify any values for our ID column, this ID column. So we need to specify values for this one as well in the view for expense info. So over here I will write simply new expense and I will specify default value for our ID column as 0. We have also used this one, ID is 0 over here. So first time when our expense form is loaded, its ID is 0. So that's why our model state is also valid by adding this one, and this will also verify that our ID is 0. So add this expense. Okay. So I write monthly internet bill. The specified amount as 5,000 and paid by Rauf Yassin. And over here I will add description. Click on this one. Refresh. Our button is not working, so let's make sure in our form. This is our button, submit button, but in the form tag we don't specify any action result over here. So I will specify save expense as the action result, and I will also specify the controller name over here as expense controller. Okay, so refresh this page one more time. Monthly internet bill 5,000 Rauf Yassin. Paste it over here and click on save expenses. Look at this, our record is successfully inserted into the expenses table, and we can also view this record over here. So next we will implement edit or delete operation. So if you go to these two buttons in the expense list view, look at this, we are calling delete edit action, and we are also specifying ID. Same is the case with this one, delete. So we'll create two more action results for adding and deletion. But make sure we are saving value using the save button. So it depends on the form. So right click, so write the action result as edit, and I will specify ID as parameter, and over here I will check first if ID is equals to null, and I will also make it as nullable integer, and I will return http not found for the timing, but we should return this behavior as the bad experience. So I will write var expense. Next I will fetch these expense from database context.expense.first or default, and I will specify lambda expression over here, e goes to e.id equals to id. Okay, so I will check if expense is equals to null, then I will specify return http not found. So if this expense exists, then we will display this expense in our this view. Over here we are specifying new object of expenses, but this time we will specify this expense into that view. So I will return view, and I will write the name of our view expense info, and I will specify this expense over here. Okay, so let's make sure our edit operation I will refresh this one and click on this edit link. Look at this, our form is populated and this time the ID value is 1. So our form is will be perfectly working with this one. Updated internet bill for make sure that our process is working or not. Perfect, our update operation is perfectly working. Next I will write code for this delete operation. So I will create another action result, public action result, and I will write this one as delete, and I will specify nullable int id. And first of all I will check if id is equals to null, then I will return http not found. You can also return bad response. And next I will write var expense equals to underscore context dot expenses dot first or default, and I will specify e goes to e dot id equals to id. Okay, if expense equals to null, then I will return http not found, and otherwise I will simply call context dot remove context dot expenses dot remove, and I will specify this expense over here, and after this I will simply return the list of our expenses. So I will call expense list, return redirect to an action instead of returning the view. Simple as that. So let's start. Create new one rather than deleting old one. So I will write 15,000. Save. So if I click on this one, delete, refresh, it's also not working. So let's add a breakpoint over here and click on this one. Okay, so we're getting expenses. So I forget to call save changes, so we write context dot save changes. Click on this one, delete. Perfect, our delete operation is also working. So this is how you can perform CRUD operations on ASP.NET MVC5 using Entity Framework and SQL Server database. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and also share this video with your friends and on your social media accounts, so those people can also learn this knowledge. We'll meet again in the next video. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.